Just over a month ago, Ascendant Studios released its first game, a single-player magic shooter called Immortals of Aveum. But our independent studio story started long before that. It was late 2018 when our CEO and game director, Brett Robbins, founded Ascendant. I came into the picture early on as employee number 7, and within days, I found myself reading his 60-page design doc. It was this sweeping epic of a story with a flawed and deeply human cast, set in a vast magical world, embroiled in conflict over control of that magic. We began prototyping Immortals in Unreal Engine 4. There were so many design meetings for Immortals over the course of 5 years, but I remember one very clearly being a pivotal moment for us. Brett, our writer, and our combat team were dreaming up a huge battle that would serve as a big moment in the game's story. They were talking about an entire level taking place on a giant 400-foot mech that walks across the ocean and comes under attack by the enemy. The player would fight inside the mech's chest on the scaffolding outside, and at one point fall off and catch themselves with their lash ability. All the while, the mech is taking heavy fire from flying enemy ships and smashing them out of the sky. As the person in charge of environment art, I was in heaven. I thought this sounded like a really memorable set-piece moment in the making. Mark, our CTO, was more like, how the hell will we actually make this level? It is not technically possible in this time frame. You content people are absolutely dreaming. And that's when it hit us. Well, it hit Mark, really. UE5 would be entering early access soon, and in theory, its new features could solve most of the technical impossibilities Mark said were standing in the way of making this level a reality. A year later, we moved our full game from UE4 to UE5 as it entered preview. UE5 made our modestly sized team more efficient and effective. We did more with less during one of the hardest dev cycles you could possibly imagine. We made a bigger, better game than we'd otherwise been able to do. But that was just Ascendant's road to launch. Our journey continues as we update Immortals of Aveum to UE5.2 and begin work in our next project in UE5.3. Imagine what we'll all be able to create in the future with the power of Unreal.